Shalom. I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Akakodash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, teach well, much blessings. Salutations to Yaaklim out there, pushing his word in sincerity and truth. Given the climate, the situation we're in now, as far as what I like to term character assassination of the Hebrew Israelites, all right, as a whole, and how it's starting to, of course, be played out in the media, all right, which we all knew this would come, though, with discernment and who the Most High is dealing with, all right. But here's a brief definition that I found on Wikipedia about character assassination. Hopefully you brothers are edified, all right, by this. Well, I'm going to start here. Character assassination is a deliberate and sustained process that destroys the credibility and reputation of a person, institution, organization, social group, or nation, all right. Agents of character assassinations employ a mix of open and covert methods to achieve their goals, all right. So when it says open and covert methods, that means openly, all right. They'll display, they'll talk openly about you, or they'll talk about you behind the scenes, all right. So open and covert methods to achieve their goals, all right. Which in the end is going to fulfill prophecy, all right, for those who is given to receive it, all right, such as raising false accusations, planting and fostering rumors, and manipulating information, all right, which has been going on, but it is coming more to fruition right now as we enter into the last days, all right before the return of Yahawashi, all right. Character assassination is an attempt to tarnish a person's reputation. It may involve exaggeration, misleading half-truths, or manipulation of facts to present an untrue picture of the target person. It is a form of defamation and can be a form of ad hominem argument. For living individuals targeted by character assassination attempts, this may result in being rejected by their community, family, or members of their living or work environment. Such acts are often difficult to reverse or rectify, meaning you can't take it back. Once somebody defames you or tarnishes your name and reputation, is out there for the world, and they're going to decide to do with it whatever they decide to do with it, all right. And the process is likened to a literal assassination of a human life. Yeah, so pretty much like, some things are severe. Like they want to call brothers pedophiles, or they want to call them murderers, or, thieves, whatever other wickedness you could think of, right? Anything to assassinate and devalue the person's character, okay? But there's a reason I'm reading this, I'm going over this, because in this whole system of character assassination, the end result is to eventually make a physical move on the person, okay, to try to take them out. It says the damage sustained can last a lifetime, or for historical figures for many centuries after their death. All right, now I'm going to jump down here. Character assassination in a totalitarian regime. All right, it says the effect of a character assassination driven by an individual is not equal to that of a state-driven campaign. The state-sponsored destruction of reputations fostered by political propaganda and cultural mechanisms can have more far-reaching consequences. One of the earliest signs of a society's compliance to loosening the reins on the perpetration of crimes and even massacres, all right, with total impunity, is when a government favors or directly encourages a campaign aimed at destroying the dignity and reputation of its adversaries. In this kingdom, in this society, those who believe on the name Yahweh, Yahawashi, and those who follow this doctrine, this truth. All right, you are considered adversary. All right, in Esau's kingdom, Jacob will be the adversary. All right, we are the adversaries, and the public accepts its allegations without question. Meaning the public won't think to question it. All right, but the scriptures also say that they Salaki slipped my mind. It says they will deliver you up to the synagogues and to kill you, thinking that they're doing, the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right, at destroying the dignity and reputation of his adversaries. All right, and the public accept its allegations without question. The mobilization towards ruining the reputation of adversaries is the prelude. Okay, it's the prelude. That means that's what's before. Okay, foretime, right? Foretime to the mobilization of violence in order to annihilate them. Generally, official dehumanization has preceded the physical assault of the victims. Salaki, I wanted to give I'm gonna head the scriptures here. Go to Matthew 27. Start at verse 11. When Yahawashi was brought before Pontius Pilate, all right, and he was being accused by the Pharisees, all right, and Sadducees and the chief priests, all right. Says, and Yahawashi stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahawashi said unto him, Thou sayest. All right. That verse is this verse is explaining, is pretty much putting out there that one of the accusations against Yahawashi is that he claimed to be king of the Jews. Okay, that is an accusation. All right, that is a form of the character assassination. All right, against Yahawashi during that time. Right. And it says, verse 12, and when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing. All right. 13, then said Pilate unto him, Hearest thou not how many things they witness against thee? All right. So during this whole process, all right, when Yahawashi was before Pilate, okay, he was being accused. They're putting up accusations against him. All right. And so this occurred during the time of Yahawashi, all right before they crucified him. But I'm going to make my point here shortly. All right, verse 13. Then said Pilate unto him, Hearest thou not how many things they witness against thee? Okay. 14. And he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Okay. So they were accusing Yahawashi, slandering him, all right? And all this was to what? Attack his character, all right? It was all to attack his character and who he was, all right? The Messiah, the Son of Yahweh, all right? Our Savior and our King, okay? I'll jump down to verse 18. For he knew that for envy they had delivered him. Okay, what is that verse saying? Okay, that when Yahawashi was delivered, okay, to Pontius Pilate, all right, the reason they delivered him was out of envy. All right, they envied him. Okay, they envied him because they knew who he was, and they wanted to, make him seem to be something other than he wasn't. They wanted to be something. They wanted to make him seem like he was something other than what he actually was. All right, it's lucky for that. And what happened? That was their cause for bringing him up. just straight out of envy. You can't envy somebody, you know, you're envying against the truth. When you envy somebody, you're envying against something that's obvious to you, something that you know, okay? I.e. the characteristics or the purpose of somebody, or I want to say, for instance, like if somebody knows you're real good at being creative, playing music, playing an instrument, all right, and they know you have the potential to start a band, or they know you have the potential to you know, gather a large gathering of people, okay, or you have influence, right? If somebody knows that, they're going to envy that because they know that you have that pull or that sway, you know, to you know, pull people away from the norm, or pull people away from what's wrong, or what's adverse to society, or to pull people away from what they've been used to or brainwashed to believe, okay? Of course, in its proper context. All right, I'm going to jump down to verse 26. It says, then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he had scourged Yahawashi, he delivered him to be crucified. Okay. Now, what caused them to scourge Yahawashi? Because they were convinced. All right, everyone was convinced in what was being put out about Yahawashi. All right, everybody was convinced that was right. You know, of course, that's part of the character assassination, because if somebody goes about assassinating your name, all right, or who you represent long enough, okay, everyone else will follow suit in the society. All right, and I believe that's what we're facing right now. All right, Hakeem. So continue on here in verse 29. And when they had plaited a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand. Okay, that's symbolic of them. They're mocking Yahawashi, right? Because the crown of thorns represents his crown, being king of Israel. All right. And they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand. Of course, the king, you know, he would have his staff or his reed to show, you know, as a representation of his rulership. All right. And they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." Okay. So this was also a form of assassinating his character, because Yahawashi revealed to them that he, you know, he's the King of the Jews, and they knew this prophecy. All right, and you know, they want to assassinate his character, his calling, his purpose, his identity. All right, and that's what they're doing right now, and they plan on doing to us who believe in Yahawashi. All right, and follow after this true doctrine 100% that's been given to us. All right, it's coming, and it's already here. All right, don't jump down to verse 31. It says, and after that they had mocked him, all right, they took the robe off from him and put his own raiment on him and led him away to crucify him. Okay, this is the part I was getting to here, because all that character assassination it comes before what? It's a prelude to them physically delivering you to death, or trying to assassinate you, or you know, actually trying to take your life from you and kill you. All right. So they took the robe off from him. All right, which is also symbolic of stripping away his identity as King of the Jews. All right, as our reigning King of Israel. All right, and put his own raiment on him and led him away to crucify him. So they're going to take him straight to death. All right, which is also right here fulfilling prophecy. because also in the scriptures, the Israel is going to be, you know, through the elect, Salakia, through the elect, and you know, the 1/3, all right, there's going to be a purging. The 2/3 is going to be a purging, all right, and you know, first they're trying to strip away this idea of being a Hebrew Israelite. They're trying to mock it and defame it, and make it seem like, oh, it's a lie, it's something made up, when it's the only truth that stands to this day. Everything else is a lie. All other false doctrines that they put out, all the false religions, every way they try to cover it up, it's being unmasked, and the only thing standing is this truth. All right. Let me jump down to verse 39. All right, 39 says here, and they passed by, reviled him, wagging their heads. All right. So what is that? That's symbolic of. That's symbolic of when, you know, you're out prophesying on the street, or you know, you make your videos and you get your scoffers, all right, and your scorners, all right, they're trying to come up against you, all right, trying to deny this truth, all right. That's also a way of trying to defame you and make you lesser than you are, okay, trying to take from the word, trying to remove the power from this truth, from these scriptures, right? Verse 40 is saying, thou that destroyest the temple and buildest it in 3 days, save thyself, if thou be the son of Yahweh, come down from the cross. All right. Verse 40 again is also representing that same character assassination. Okay, it's trying to strip away the power of Yahawashi. Okay, so Yahawashi had to endure all this stuff. All right, all the things we're going through now. All right, the character assassination, the defamation, the slander, the mockery. Okay, the temple and builds in 3 days. Save thyself. Okay, so again, this comes from knowing that who Yahawashi was. All right, and knowing his power and his character and who he represented. Okay, they want to make it seem like it meant nothing. It's worth mocking. You know, that's a way of slandering them and defaming them. Okay, it says, if thou be the son of Yahweh, come down from the cross. Okay, now jump to 42. It says, he saved others. All right, this is trying to make a mockery out of him. Himself he cannot save. All right, and that's the mind of Esau and these agents and these demons out here. All right, that's how they feel towards the brotherhood. All right, the Church of David. That's how they feel about it. All right, you best believe they won't rest until the very end. All right, when Yahawashi comes and delivers us out of this hell. All right, it says, if he be the king of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. 43. He trusted in Yahweh. Let him deliver him now, if he will have him. For he said, I am the son of Yahweh. All right. Now I want to jump to Mark 14. All right. Verse 55 through 59. Okay. It says, and the chief priest and all the council sought for witness against Yahawashi to put him to death, and found none. All right, who would be the chief priest now of today? You know, all your big time, whether it be big time pastors or your congressmen or your president or your elite bankers. All right, those in that the position of power, who think they know it all. You know, and who run the goings of this society. Right, so they didn't find no witness against Yahawashi to put him to death. All right, for many bear false witness against him, but their witness agreed not together. Okay, so out of all the people that come up against us, all right, and make false accusations, I'm going through that right now, personally in my life. All right, I got people that are saying I do this, and and I've done this to people, and people that don't even know me, who don't speak to me, on that level. It's already going on. I'm sure Akim out there can testify to your situations. All right, but but everybody's got their own different storyline of what's happening and what you're doing. That's what the elites are trying to do now. All right, they're trying to bear false witness. They're trying to plaster the Hebrew Israelites. All right, across the board. But especially the men, of course, Great Millstone, who got this truth 100% sincerity, and who pushing this truth, and who's been a thorn in their side, all right, and all those who follow the same doctrine, 100% truth in the scriptures, all right, who've been given ears to hear and eyes to see, all right. 57, and there arose certain and bare false witness against him, saying, again, bearing false witness, all right, slandering, being liars, all right, being liars and trying to diminish the actual character of the men that the Most High set up, all right, to speak His truth, His prophets, all right, in the end times, okay. Because they can't fathom it. The average person can't fathom it. The average Jake can't fathom it. You got the Esau, the elites, and their henchmen. All right, they don't care to fathom. They know it's the truth. That's why they want to defame it. And they want to smear it and assassinate the character of the men of the Most High, Yahawashi. Okay, 58. We heard him say, "I will destroy this temple that is made with hands, and within 3 days I will build another made without hands." Okay. This verse right here is pretty much saying, it's also another way to assassinate the character of Yahawashi during this time. Okay, something that they believe to be true, they or know to be true, they want to assassinate it. All right, and you got to remember this is all spiritual. Okay, because the spirits on the left hand are working through these elites. All right. Even through your neighbor, or through your family, or through your best friend. Okay, these spirits the evil spirits are out there on them. Okay, operating in them. They know the truth. The vessels they're using, okay, may not know at all. All right, these spirits that's on them, they know the truth, and they know who has the truth, and they will use whoever, whenever they can. Okay, according to the Lord's will, to come up against you, all right, and talk about you, all right, assassinate your name, assassinate what you stand for, all right, all in the effort to try to gain an upper hand. But in the end, we all know that we win through Yahawashi, Mashiach, all right. And within 3 days I will build another made without hands. So that was their accusation. All right, they took something that they knew to be true, all right, and they used it to twist it to their advantage. All right, they used it as a mockery to come against Yahawashi. All right, in verse 59, but neither so did their witness agree together. All right. So some disagree, some agree, some disagree. But they were all for the They were all for the defamation, character assassination of who Yahawashi was and what he was there for, what he was sent for. All right, and the character assassinate his purpose. Okay, and who he came to save and deliver during that time. All right. Verse 64, it says, "Ye have heard the blasphemy. What think ye?" And they all condemned him to be guilty of death. All right, so they convinced during that time you know, the Pharisees and all them, they convinced the people, all right, the chief priests, they convinced all the people that what Yahawashi was saying was blasphemy, all right, and because they were ignorant and following after, they, you know, all thought on one accord, okay? They all on one accord decided to put Yahawashi to death, all right? They deemed him guilty and wanted to put him to death. Same thing in this society, all right? Esau, he's got everybody so manipulated and so twisted, all right? Of course, through the workings of Satan, all right? Through the workings of Satan, who prince of the power of the air, i.e. through the air we breathe, through the TV, through MK Ultra, the mind control, through you know, all these different devices, okay, that he uses, all right, to get people to be dumbed down and like-minded, call it a hive mind, all right, or for the left-hand side, I would say, for the left-hand side, to be hive-minded. Okay, and because of that, you know, you got everybody gonna want to come up against the Hebrew Israelites, all right, mainly the men of Great Millstone, and whoever follows the same doctrine, 100% true, all right, who's been given to and revealed to through the Ruach HaKodesh, all right. Yes, but there's also fulfilling of prophecy. But my point here is just to bring out that Yahawashi was going through these same things during his time before that led up to his crucifixion. All right. And in the eyes of the society, we are all going to be condemned and found guilty in the eyes of the public. All right. In the eyes of these people, okay, who are puppets, okay, to the elites. All right. And the spirit that's guiding them. Right, spirit of the adversary. Right. Now I want to jump again to Mark 15 there. All right, and start at verse 1. It says, and straightway in the morning the chief priests held a consultation with the elders and scribes and the whole council, and bound Yahawashi and carried him away and delivered him to Pilate. All right, so all these people there's people behind the scenes that are consulting and slandering your name and passing around false information, and who sit there and devise ways to assassinate your character, whether it's talking about things you did 20 years ago, or making up false stories, or you know, threatening or bribing or convincing people close to you to you know, people close to you in order to manipulate them into thinking bad about you, okay, or to spread false rumors about you. This wicked, evil kingdom of Esau has to be destroyed. The water Yahawashi, for that day is coming swiftly. Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahawashi. Right, go to jump down to verse 3. It says, and the chief priest accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. Again, this is an account also given in Matthew. Okay, same thing, different perspective of Mark. All right, it says, and the chief priest accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. All right, so point being, Yahawashi was accused of many things during his time. All right, and he went through it alone. Okay, but he had Yahweh with him. Okay, he had the truth within him. Okay, and he stood firm, and he handled it with wisdom. And that's what we must do during this time. Esau is coming full blown. All right. So the devil, scriptures say the devil is going to come down with great wrath. All right. And pursuant to Revelations 2 and 10, all right, we're going to have great wrath. All right, part of that great wrath, okay, is first him, trying to demonize, all right, the men of the Most High. First of all, demonizing them, all right, and character assassinating them, all right, bring them to a lower state in this amongst the public and the society, all right. Their little councils and that they have on their retreats and all that, all right. They discuss and plan on how to do this stuff, and they execute it, okay, according to the will of Yahawashi. All right, jump down to verse 9. But Pilate answered them, saying, Will ye that I release unto you the King of the Jews? Okay, for he knew that the chief priests had delivered him for envy. Again, okay, envy. All right, you're only gonna envy something that you know is true. You're only gonna envy something that you know somebody else actually possesses. Okay. So what is that saying? All right, these chief priests who in modern day represent, like I said, the higher echelons, all right, of this government, all right, the elite bankers, all right, the chief priests. Okay, they will represent the chief priests in modern day. All right, because why? Because the envy of us having the birthright, of Jacob having the birthright, and they don't. All right, that goes to show you. Okay, Esau is not going to let up. Esau is going to bring the hammer down. All right, but again, it's a fulfillment of prophecy. Okay. But I wanted to, bring this to light, okay, that Yahawashi went through this, and that is prophecy that we go through this, and we are going to go through this, all right? Jump down to verse 28. It says, And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, And he was numbered with the transgressors. So during that time, Yahawashi was fulfilling prophecy. Okay, what was written in the scriptures aforetime was being fulfilled at that time, at that moment. Okay, Yahawashi was counted to be numbered with the transgressors, but what are we counted to be as? All right, we're counted to be as sheep to the slaughter. Okay, sheep to the slaughter of who's going to do the slaughtering. All right, ultimately it's the Most High Yahawashi. But it's going to be through Esau and his sword, all right, Jacob's trouble, okay. They're going to want to put hands on brothers and kill brothers, all right, point blank period. 29, and they passed by, and they that passed by railed on him, wagging their heads and saying, Ah, thou that destroyest the temple and buildeth it in 3 days. Okay, of course, pursuant to Matthew 27, all right. It said, save thyself and come down from the cross. Again, because they knew who Yahawashi was, all right. They wanted to mock him and make it seem like what he was doing was irrelevant, all right, had no value. Okay, make him seem isolated, right, and confounded, but they couldn't stand against what was happening, because during that same time prophecy was being fulfilled, and Yahweh was with Yahawashi the whole time, throughout the whole thing, throughout that whole situation, that whole character assassination scenario. Okay, and the same is going to happen to us during this time, and it's quickly around the corner, is approaching. All right, verse 31. Likewise also the chief priests, mocking them, said among themselves with the scribes, He saved others, himself he cannot save. And that's the wicked mindset of Esau, all right, who thinks he's got full control and all the power, and he thinks that Yahawashi has cast off his chosen. All right, he's thinking that he cast off his prophets. Little do they know they're in for a rude awakening, right? And that standard is coming. So remain strong out there, Akim. It said, let Yahawashi, the King of Israel, descend now from the cross, that we may see and believe. And they that were crucified with him reviled him. Okay. So because of all the slander and mockery you know, the people up on the top of the echelon who the public holds in great value, and you know, who have influence, people in the upper echelon who have great influence over the majority of the people, okay, of the wicked, all right, had caused them to believe what they were saying about Yahawashi was true, and they wanted to see the same end for Yahawashi as the upper elites wanted to see. Okay. So in our day, when the time comes, all right, again, we're going to be reviled, and everybody's going to rise against us. People you never thought would rise against you, going to rise against you, because they've been brainwashed and they've been geared to follow their leader, all right, who's ultimately who's Satan. Okay. But we must remember, Akim, that our power sits on the throne and sees everything. All right. And this is his story, and it's going to play out how it's going to play out, and prophecy is going to continue to be fulfilled. Even during that time, look for the prophecies, Akim. All right. Stay in the spirit. All right. Trust in the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi, that he's going to deliver us. All right. So with that, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi, Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, out there across the four winds, pushing this truth with sincerity. All right. And you know, let's keep on pushing forward. All right. Shalom.